join me here today. My name is Feisha Oluwafemi, and I am your number one Africa family life coach. And today we'll be talking about something very crucial yet very profound. We'll be talking about how you can parent your child well, inculcating discipline yet you're firm, and then you are also nurturing them with care and with love. And what is that? It is called emotional intelligence. Intelligence, very important for you to be able to raise your child wholly. Parenting your child with emotional intelligence, balancing discipline and connection. You want to know how it is that you can balance discipline coupled with connection with your child. This is called emotional intelligence. And the truth is, many of us do not even know how to. Many of us are either too disciplined and we do not connect with them. And some of us connect with our children, yet we don't also discipline. But both of them are very important for us to have. By the end of this webinar, you should be able to understand why emotional intelligence is crucial in parenting. You must also be able to know what it means to balance discipline and connection with your child. Are you ready? Say, yeah, I'm ready. Yes. First of all, let's talk about understanding emotional intelligence. Many of us struggle to understand what emotional intelligence is. Emotional intelligence is the ability for you to be able to manage your own emotions, understand your own emotions, and you are able to effectively respond to the emotions of others. That is emotional intelligence. What that means is you know how you feel, you understand why you feel the way you do, you are able to manage how you feel, yet you understand how others also feel, and you respond to them appropriately. But in this case, we're looking at your own child. Many times, and I'll give a scenario, you came back from work tired, and then you see your little girl of 4 years pouring water all over everywhere in the house. And you feel like you're going to beat your child today, you're going to just treat her fuck up, you're going to just beat her. Why would she do that nonsense? She's not a baby, she should know what to do and all. But if you're emotionally intelligent, one of the things you want to do first of all is to keep quiet. Take a deep sigh and possibly count 1 to 10. Counting 1 to 10 will help you to be able to calm yourself down. Understand that, I feel hot now. I'm really, really angry now. But I must not respond the way I feel now. Because if I do, I'm going to beat this child. Some can even kill the child. Because of the level of the rage of the anger of such people. So, take a deep sigh and you decide to think through the process while you think of what to do. Now, responding to your child will mean that you immediately do not react to what your brain is telling you. Look at how your child has scattered everywhere. This your child is not even learning anything. And all of those things, your brain is calculating all of those things. But you calm down and think through, could it be that this child is trying to learn how to take water from a bucket to another bucket? Could it be that this child is trying to do this or to do that and then it got mad in her hands and this is why this has turned the way it has turned? When you understand this, then it helps you to be able to say, oh, I understand, I see how this child is feeling this way, so this is why this child responded that way. And you are then going to be able to respond appropriately to your child by calling your child and say, oh baby, next time when you want to do this, make sure there's another there that can assist you, or rather you wait for mommy or daddy to do this for you. That way you have responded perfectly because you are emotionally intelligent. I like how somebody said it. He said emotional intelligence, when you have it, it shows how it is that you're going to be wealthy or not. And many of us are not emotionally intelligent. And the truth is, parenting will stretch you, it will try all of your emotions. There's nothing as such that tries your emotion in life than parenting. When you raise another destiny, then you understand that it is not a joke. This is why this subject matter is very important, that you are able to parent your child with such level of discipline, yet you are also connecting. Why then should you be emotionally intelligent? Why does it matter in parenting? Number one is that it helps you to build trust and strength. It helps you to build trust and strengthen the parent-child relationship. It helps you to build the trust that exists between you and your child. It also helps you to strengthen the relationship that exists between both of you. When you're emotionally intelligent, you as a parent will be helped to respond better to your child rather than misbehaving. Because you can also throw tantrum. Yes. When your child does what you really do not like, you are up and down, you two, you are all everywhere because you are not emotionally intelligent. Now, when you are emotionally intelligent, it will encourage your child to develop emotional regulation and resilience. You don't have emotional intelligence, your child can never do, because you are going to transfer your emotions to your child. It doesn't stop there. It moves from your child then to another generation that your child will also be raising. This is why you have to be intentional to do what? To raise your child with such level of emotional intelligence. Understand what it is that are called the key components of emotional intelligence. The number 1 is self-awareness, 2 is self-regulation, 3 is empathy, 4 is social skills, and 5 is motivation. I'll take that again. Self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, social skills, and motivation. You can teach all of these 5 components to your child systematically. But first of all, you must have these things. When you have these skills, it helps you to be able to transfer them consciously or unconsciously to your child. Self-awareness is not just me knowing that, oh, I get angry easily, I can do and undo, I can do this, I can do that. But it is for you to know that, oh, this is what gets me upset. This is what triggers my emotions. And when my emotions are being triggered, then I know what to do to be out of it, rather than falling into it and then making my emotions the everywhere. I will not just be led by my emotions, but I will lead myself. I will allow myself to be led. I will not allow my emotions to lead me. That's self-awareness. And then number 2 is self-regulation. You are able to regulate yourself. You have moved from the state of, oh, I'm just here, I get angry with what my child do at a particular time, and then I'll just pour my emotion on my child. No, but you do what? You regulate your emotion. I give this analogy most of the time. The way you regulate your gas cooker, you turn it high or you turn it low. That same way you can regulate your emotion, and it is only you that can do it. I mean, there are times, there was a day my daughter got me so very, very angry. I felt like beating her. The kind of beating I was going to give her, it's such that it's not ordinary beating. But after beating her, I would also pity her because of how she's going to turn out. That's rage. And that's why we must determine in our hearts to work on ourselves and regulate our emotions. This is highly very important. Number 3 is empathy. Most of us are not empathetic, and I mean, when we don't put ourselves in the shoes of our children, we want them to act like our adults, whereas they are children. A child will forever be a child. They will make mess of many things. They will learn while they are also making a mess of things. They will also fail at many things, but when they fail, they learn. Those times when they play with you, they are wasting time, they are also learning. That's why they are different. They are children. That's how they learn, but an adult will have to concentrate, shutting down distractions so they can learn. So you must forever allow your child to be a child while you remain the parent. So when they do things and they err or they make mistakes, instead of you to begin to do what? Shout everywhere, rant everywhere, calm yourself down. Calm yourself down and decide to do the needful. And what's the needful here? You must put yourself in the shoes of your child. What if I am a 4-year-old? Will I do better than my child just did? If not, then be empathetic. Put yourself in the shoes of that child. So your child. Motivation. Motivation is another thing. If you are not motivated from inside, you won't do anything. Self-motivation is great to make us deliver. Is that confidence you have to deliver? Is that inward drive you have to become? And to work on yourself, to intentionally work on how you act, what you do, what you want to do. Especially with your child, knowing fully whether you don't want to make a mess of the destiny of your child. Now we're going to talk about balancing discipline and connection, and this is the core of this discussion tonight. This is the core: balancing discipline and what? Connection. The truth is, you don't have to say you want to pick discipline while you let go on connection. No. You don't want to also say, I just want to connect with my child, just make everything loving, everywhere must be sweet and fine, and everywhere must be rosy. while you neglect discipline. No. And discipline itself is not punishment. Discipline itself is not beating your child. Discipline itself is what? Setting structures in place, putting systems to work to make the family run and to make the children grow into it. Putting structures in all they do every day. Putting structures from when they wake up to when they sleep. That is structure. And that structure is what we call discipline. You put yourself under to ensure that everything you want to do in every day is already structured and you tame yourself to do them. That is high level of discipline. And most of us as parents are not even disciplined to commit ourselves to doing something. Many of us are still struggling with reading a book for a month because we are not disciplined to sit down and learn. Yet we want our children to sit down and learn. You don't have it, your child will never have. So this is why you must learn how to balance discipline and connection together. Connection is when you decide to bond with your child day by day. When I started intentional parenting and I really wanted to begin to connect with my child every day, it was like tug of war. It was like it's never going to be easy. Of course, it wasn't easy, but it was a sacrifice to pay. And the sacrifice actually paid off and is still paying off. So I started with saying, let's start reading with the children every day, at least 5 to 10 minutes every day. And as we started, it looks as though this was not going to be easy to do or we won't be consistent at it. But the moment we set our heart to do it, it became very easy. That even when I do not feel like reading for the children, they come and say, Mommy, we have not read our books today. And then I'll say, that's true, bring it, let's read. And then we read, draw some lessons from them, and then we move on. This is why this is very important. Now, there are common parenting challenges that make you not to be able to either balance connection and discipline. Number one is struggling to balance between you being firm and being kind. Some parents are naturally very firm. They are compliance driven. They have systems and structures they've deployed, and so they are like autopilot parents. They are like everywhere you saw every is prim and proper. But they don't also now know how to connect one-on-one to the heart of the child. So that's a struggle. But that struggle is also very important for you to come out of it. I used to be that systematic kind of parent, but I'm beginning to learn how to put connection into regulating my children. So my children are free to come and talk to me. Number 2 struggle you may be having is reacting out of frustration instead of you responding thoughtfully. I just gave you a scenario how it is that I would have beat my daughter so mercilessly. Hiya! Because of what she did. But I cautioned myself, pulled myself. At other time one night, we all had taken dinner and we went for video and came back. My daughter came back from the video and wasn't going to sleep. And then he started crying so heavily, shouting everywhere that the neighbors in the surroundings knew somebody was crying. I was extremely tired. After coming from work, went to vigil, felt like I needed to sleep and just rest. And this was when somebody now came and be crying. I felt like beating her or even shutting the door, sending her out of the house. Right, you heard me well. But what I did was to withdraw myself from that scenario and just decided to do it. Just ignore her because she wasn't going to listen to us at that time. Now, that I have been able to do, maybe I would have done better, but I'm still also working on myself to get better. So the truth here is this: you want to begin to learn how to balance your struggles. Balance your discipline with what? Your connection. Another struggle you may be having is fear of being too lenient or too harsh. So there's a struggle of I don't want to be too lenient. There's another struggle of I don't want to be too harsh. So you don't know where to be, either here or there. And so this is why there's the need of either you are harsh or you are lenient. But the truth is, you don't have to ignore one for the other. You can be both when you are intentional. And this is where intentionality comes in. What then does it mean to balance discipline and connection? 1, it means that you are able to provide clear boundaries for your child while you are also nurturing their emotional closeness with them. You are able to do what? Provide clear boundaries while you are also nurturing emotional closeness with your child. This means that there is clear structure of what the child is to do at what time to what time throughout the day. Out of which you also have planned the system for you to connect with them on a daily basis. This makes you to balance both. There's another thing you need to do, which is teaching your child responsibility without damaging the relationship that exists between both of them. Teach them to take responsibilities. For instance, there's a slogan in our house: do not do for a child what a child can do for himself. For example, we just finished dinner and everybody finished eating and everybody left the plates on the dinner table. No. So we leave it for all the children to come back and pick. All of them must come back and pick up the dishes and do what? And go and keep it in the right place. But if we say, oh, let's pick it for the child, it's just a child. That's how the child will grow without being responsible to their innate ability. Every child can walk, and there's every responsibility you can give to every child depending on their age category. So, including your 1-year-old, your 2-year-old, they can walk. Give them the work that is apportioned to them. When they scatter their toys, when your toddler scatter their toys, what you should tell them to do is pick it up after play, pick it up into the right place, pick it up, you pick it up, I give you a gift, you don't pick it up, then there's nothing for you. They can hear you. They really can hear you. And so when you do that, the first time you do that, the second time you do that, the third time, they know daddy is really serious. And when they see that you're really serious, what will happen is they will take thought and decide to do the needful. But one thing with boundary setting is you must be consistent. If you are not consistent with it, you do it once, you do it twice, and you leave it subsequently, you will confuse them and they don't even know what to expect from you. That's why you must build a trust. And based on research, you can only build trust in the life of your child when they are between the age of 0 and 2 years. When you fail within that window of opportunity to do what? To build trust in them, or for them to build trust in you, then they cannot grow up to trust you, because you have not allowed them the opportunity to be able to trust you while they were between 0 and 2 years. You see how we miss so many things. The same thing is true for language. For language, your child can learn so many languages from the age of 0 to 6-7 years. They can learn up to 10 languages. But if they pass that window of opportunity, they are going to struggle to learn other languages, except for the one speaking. This is why this is important to set boundaries, and for you to also be able to work through the boundaries with them. Make sure that you also build connection with each other. One other thing you want to also do is to create a family culture where discipline is rooted in care and mutual care. Create a family culture where discipline is rooted in care and mutual respect. Allow everyone in the family to be able to love themselves, respect themselves, and make sure that the love is seen all abroad, regardless of their age. Lastly, we want to look at the impact of emotional intelligence on your parenting outcomes. How is it that if you are emotionally intelligent, what transformation will happen to you, the parent, and then to the child? Let's look at the child first of all. Your child will have greater emotional resilience and regulation. They'll be able to withstand tough situations emotionally, and they will also be able to withstand strong and withstand emotional resilience and be able to do what? To regulate themselves well enough. Number 2, their communication skill will improve drastically, and they will be able to problem solve. Meaning that they have problem solving ability, and they are able to also improve their communication skills. These skills are lacking when people are not emotionally intelligent. It is that they don't know how to communicate effectively, and they don't even know how to be creative in solving problems. This is why intentionality in you being emotionally intelligent will help you to have all of these skills. Number 3 thing which will happen to your child is that your child will have stronger attachment and trust with you. They will be able to connect with you. Your child will be able to connect with you effectively. They will also be able to do what? To talk to you heart to heart. they will also be able to be expressive to you. They won't hide anything from you. And how about you, the parent? You reduce your stress level and you have improved ability to handle conflicts when they come. Instead of you to begin to go up and down and you are everywhere emotionally because you don't even know what to do. You are able to handle such conflicts and your life is stressful. It's not like there's no challenges, it's not like there's no trouble or any issues all around, but it is that you have learned to be able to manage such issues conveniently. Number two thing that will happen to you is that you have more meaningful and open relationship with your child. Your relationship is becoming meaningful and productive. And there will be a clearer sense of purpose in guiding and supporting your child. There will be a clearer purpose in your heart. You will have a sense of purpose in guiding your child and in doing what and in supporting your child. You must know that when you are able to navigate difficult moments with emotional intelligence skill that you have got the key to unlock every great doors. And you become that parent that has the key to have any great door open up unto him. Now, you should know that if you want to be emotionally intelligent, you must not engage in power struggles with your child. There are some children that shows they have energy, and so when that is happening, don't struggle with them. Just leave them. If you decide to struggle with them, it's going to be a tug of war. So, while your children experience intense emotions and how you are going to respond to them, the difference is going to be in the emotional intelligence skill that you have gotten. Otherwise, you are going to make a mess of it. As I conclude, you must know that emotional intelligence is central to your parenting outcome because it will help you to be able to resolve conflicts with ease. It will strengthen the bond that exists between you and your child. Your child then can trust you and then you'll be able to grow better. But there is the how of doing all of these things. All you are exposed to here today is just the what and the why. But for you to know how to become emotionally intelligent, there's a system to it. There's a structure to it that we have in the academy. And how you can become one is to join us. Join us in the academy. Our VIP community has it all. Able to join us to become that intentional parent that is able to raise a well-rounded child, that you're able to nurture your child to become whole, a child that is emotionally intelligent, a child that is spiritually sound, and a child that is the savior to the world. One thing you want to do is to join us today. And with just a token, you pay a token for the year round. That's just 200,000 for the year round. You are able to join us. And what happens? Your transformational journey becomes rolling out, and before you know it, you get better. Before you know it, you move ahead. Before you know it, you can begin to count your blessings. Before you know it, your journey becomes smooth, sweet, and restful. And who got here with me tonight? Who are those that have gotten value from all that we shared today? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. What topics would you like us to bring for you further in the subsequent times? This is just a webinar. It's tips and hacks. But for you to be able to know how to, in case, this is for you to know what is necessary, how to go through it, how to become it, you go through our coaching system, and then you are able to transform from the unintentional parent to the intentional parent that begins to have a goal and you set your goals, you achieve your goals, and you are glad that you did. I'll catch you next month in the next webinar in the academy. Thank you for joining us today. Do well to subscribe to this channel if you are new, and do well to share with your parenting friends. I'll catch you next month. Bye for now.